Okay, welcome to this final workout. It's going to be 3 rounds of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So you'll do hop matrix or variation for 30 seconds, and then take 30 seconds of rest, then to crisscross jumping jacks for 30 seconds, then 30 seconds of rest, and you'll follow that pattern for the 3 rounds. If you want to follow Jenny's selected hop variation in the video, she's doing a diagonal hop forward, a backwards hop, and then a diagonal hop forward in the other direction, and then a backwards hop, and she's repeating that pattern. Next is crisscross jumping jacks, squat matrix, which is an air squat with toes forward, then a split stance squat on both sides, and then a squat with toes in, and a squat with toes out. And lastly, it'll be 30 seconds of burpees. We will have a countdown clock from 11 minutes and 30 seconds, and we have Fit Happy Hour athlete Jenny leading the workout today. If you need more information or a quick refresher on any of the movements, you can check out the demo videos before you get started. We have hop matrix first in 3, 2, 1, and go! We're going to be here for 30 seconds. Again, if you want to follow with Jenny, she's doing a diagonal hop forward, a backwards hop, and then a diagonal hop forward in the other direction, and then a backwards hop. Make sure you are taking off with 2 feet and landing with 2 feet, and you want to absorb the landing with your entire body. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Nice job. We're going to start back up at the 10 minutes and 30 second mark. And we have crisscross jumping jacks next. Remember, on these crisscross jumping jacks, you can start by moving your feet first to try to get a rhythm going, and then you can add in the arms. And you want to stay mostly on the balls of your feet, with your heel lightly touching the ground. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go! Nice job, find your rhythm here. We want to work on that coordination. You can really open up that chest with the arms. Here we go, less than 10 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. For the squat matrix coming up next, you can experiment with the length and the width of stances and directions of where your feet are, but we want to find comfortable positions. And if you want to follow along with the actual matrix, it's going to be toes forward, split stance on both sides, toes in, and then toes out. We're going to start in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go! We want to make sure to brace the abdominals and keep a neutral spine regardless of your feet positioning and the type of squat you're doing. We want to make sure that you are using those key points for the squat movement. Nice work, less than 10 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. We're going to finish up round 1 out of 3, and we have burpees next. These burpees are going to be the full burpees, so chest to ground, and remember that it doesn't have to be a strict push-up. You can kind of cobra up and snap the hips to get the feet towards the hands, or you can also do a mountain climber to get yourself out of that burpee. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go! We have 30 seconds of burpees. You're trying to get as many reps as possible here, with good form, of course. Nice job. It's always a good idea to try to count your reps so you can match or stay close or even beat your score in later rounds. Here we go, 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Great job, that closes out round number 1. We have hop matrix or variations next. On that movement, you don't have to rush through. You can work on your feet placement and really absorbing the landing with each hop. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go! Again, if you want to follow along with Jenny, she's doing a diagonal hop forward, a backwards hop, and then diagonal forward in the other direction, and a backwards hop. Nice job, keep it up, you have 10 seconds left. Three, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Next up you have Criss-Cross Jumping Jacks. Three, 2, 1, and go! You can start with your feet first to get the rhythm going and then add in the arms. You want to stay mostly on the balls of your feet with your heel lightly touching the ground. Here we go, 10 seconds left here. Here we go, keep it up. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Nice job. We've got squat matrix next. We're going to start back up at the 5 minutes and 30 seconds mark. Three, 2, 1, and go! Nice job, you got 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Next up, you have burpees to close out round number 2 out of 3. We've got burpees next, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember to count your reps, especially if you did in the previous rounds. We want to match it, improve, or at least stay close to what you did in that first round. Nice job, nice job. Let's keep it up here. We have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Nice work. That was round number 2. We have a final round of work to do. We're starting up at the 3 minutes and 30 seconds mark on the clock, starting with hop matrix or variations. You're doing great. Let's finish this workout really strong. Starting in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go! Three, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Next up we have Criss-Cross Jumping Jacks. We're starting up at the 2 minutes and 30 seconds mark. Here we go, we're starting in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go! Here we go, keep working! Less than 10 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. Next up we have squat matrix. You're doing great. Let's really finish strong in this final 2 minutes of work. We've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go! Here we go, 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 30 seconds. We're gonna start back up when the clock hits 30 seconds, and we'll finish off this workout with 30 seconds of burpees. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. You got this. Nice job. Less than 10 seconds left here. Try to get a couple more in. And time. Really great job. It's time to cool down, stretch, and hydrate.